Hello and welcome to episode 38 of the Factor 50 Football Podcast with me, Michael Grantham. And in the famous words of an idol of mine, Molly Weasley, where have we been? Yeah, it feels like it hasn't been ages, but it feels like we haven't done a podcast for like 3 weeks because so much is going on at the World Cup. But as ever, thank you for being with us, listener. And thank you for all of the requests we've had, because I think I've had maybe at least two to do this episode following the crazy England game against Mexico, which we're going to get onto. Because I think we've got possibly the biggest pod we've ever done, looking at our notes, to get through today. But before we do get into all of the football, I think we should just completely change the topic of the podcast. I think we should talk about football or cars or something, Farrell, because it's totally fine to just completely change the rules whenever we feel like it as a one-off, just because we can. What do you think about that, Farrell?
Well, if people were listening to this podcast when we're discussing the Premier League, it's a bit like when we did our predictions game, and somehow I managed to get away without any forfeit, because we just decided not to.
I forgot about that.
I'm the Infantino of this pod.
No, I have a forfeit for you, and you were supposed to come down here at some point, and you didn't. You bailed because you're a little bitch, and you haven't done the forfeit yet. But I do have it ready to go.
I literally didn't even have an excuse either not to come. I basically just went, I can't.
You just did. I don't want to. Nah, not for me, thank you.
Yeah. If there's a forfeit involved, I think I'll stay at home. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, I'll leave it.
Yeah, definitely.
Fair enough. How are you anyway, mate?
I'm good, mate. Yeah, I'm good. I'm enjoying the World Cup. But I've had some requests. So, again, long-term listeners of this pod will know that we used to do a little bit of a talk about our lives at the beginning of this. And I've had some requests to bring it back. So I thought we could, talk a little bit about what's been going on, I guess. So, what's been going on in your life? Tell the listeners what's interesting in the world of Mike Grantham.
Fuck all, mate.
And you see why we got to this segment?
What is... Yeah. It's just the same thing over and over. Yeah. What is going on? I'm struggling with the weather, to be honest with you. I've just been, we were just talking before we started recording here, just had my heart broken by an online queue. Basically, again, listener of the pod, friend of the pod, John, works in the company I used to work for, do like building services stuff. And he's got his ears to the ground in the world of air conditioners. He's also a ginger, so obviously he knows air conditioning, because we all do. But he sent me a link to this air conditioning unit that he said was really good. And it goes on, it was back in stock at 10 o'clock this morning. Listener, it is now 10:15. So I was in the queue, hammering the refresh button at 10 o'clock. And at like 4 minutes past 10, it pops up, available now. And I whack it in the basket, hit pay now, and it's already gone. Like, it can't have been more than 30 seconds. Yeah. So I've had my heart broken.
And I think, for listeners who aren't in the UK, because we are international now.
It's hot.
It's very hot in the UK. We've had our second or third heat wave already this year, and there's no sign of it ending. It's super hot, and as a country, we're just not set up to deal with it. But I've got 2 air conditioning units, so I'm feeling pretty good.
Smug prick.
Smug prick. So yeah. It's
what's been going on in your life, Farrell?
Well, the biggest thing is obviously wedding is in just over 3 weeks' time. So we're in that period where we're talking to suppliers, paying suppliers a lot. Well, I sent this to you earlier in the week where we're having like a photo booth magic mirror thing, and I just messaged him to say, look, is everything okay? Are we still on for the wedding? And he didn't come back to me straight away. And he emailed me back just an excellent email that I'm going to read it out.
Do you want to read it out?
I'm going to read it out to you.
Yeah.
So basically said, look, I'm really sorry I've not come back to you. Thursday and Friday, I had to take my mum to hospital. Perfectly valid. Not a problem. The plan was to come back to you on Sunday after the heatwave. Of course, heatwave in the UK. Then on Saturday night, I was punched at an event in my stomach, which already alarm bells are going off when I read that statement. I'm going, why are you being punched at an event?
I love how he didn't mention why as well. He didn't say, this happened and I was punched. Just, I got punched. Move on.
I got punched in the stomach. And the next bit's great, which messed up my IBS for literally a whole week. What's going on over there?
That's too much information.
And how did it mess up your IBS? Is he shitting himself every step? I don't know. What's happening?
I don't know. You need to know more.
I do need to know more. And he basically said, look, I've been really busy, running on fumes. I'll come back to you super quick. And then I got an email, and I haven't sent this one to you. I got an email probably an hour after that, which basically just said, I'm a Muppet. That was the opening line. I'm a Muppet, which from that last...
From the same guy?
Yeah, same guy. We can safely assume that is correct. I'm a Muppet. I was literally wide awake until 5 a.m, so I decided to have a look at all your stuff. I had actually done the changes you asked for. I just don't remember doing it.
Okay.
So if anyone's listening to
Is
this...
this guy all right? I think you need to check in, mate.
I'm a bit worried, if I'm honest. I'm a bit worried.
Yeah.
I just hope nobody punches him at the wedding, because there's be shit everywhere.
When we go up to the photo booth, I'll just give him a little nudge. Or I'll just go up to him and just really creepily, because obviously he doesn't know me, so I'll just go up to him and be like, how's the IBS?
Yeah, you should definitely do that. You should definitely do that.
I probably will do. If I've had a few beers, I probably will do that.
Yeah. After your speech, just like I did your wedding, you'll be on the beers and you'll be feeling leery.
Yeah.
You'll be going up to
amazing.
The photo booth, man. So that's what's been going on in my world.
Well, he's a character.
Yeah, he's a character. So we'll see how he does.
Mental.
So yeah. Shall we talk about the football?
I think we have to. We've got to start with the England game, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. How amazing was it? Like, for me, this is what football is all about, these massive moments. I bloody love the World Cup. There's nothing better when there's so much on the line. And nothing gives you that elation like watching England win or score a late goal or defend for their lives. Obviously, I'm getting married in 3 weeks, so we might have to edit that out. But it is the biggest thing and the best thing ever. How was it for you, mate? Actually, I'll ask you a question. Was it the greatest England game that we have seen in our lifetime?
I can't think of any better. I can think of like the moments that I remember, but none of them are really very good. They're all negative. So like the Seaman lob against Brazil, Beckham getting sent off with Ronaldo's like winking and all that shit. They're all bad things. I'm thinking of like a single game or a single moment. The Owen goal, maybe that's a positive. But as a game, as a spectacle, that had everything, and obviously it also had the positive outcome, which is cool. Yeah. No, I think that's the game itself as well. Like, it was so entertaining. Like, you didn't have 5 minutes to just stop and kind of breathe. Like, we were texting, weren't we, at 3 a.m. or whatever it was, and if you'd look down and send a text like something's happened and you've missed it, and there's a penalty or a red card or whatever, or a goal, or I think the first half hour was relatively quiet, but then after that it was just mad. Every 2 minutes there was something happening. So I think, I reckon it probably is the best game in terms of the spectacle and also like how we played, because I think we were excellent. Can you think of any better games?
Not really. There's one moment, perhaps maybe in the Euros final, where Luke Shaw puts us in front against Italy. Like, previous to this game,
again, bad outcome, right?
Yeah, but that is the one moment where you go, "Oh my god, this is incredible! We're winning in a final. We could actually do something." But yeah, as a total package, this game just had it all. And I think it's been said already about the superstars of the game and the players who did well, but we just have to talk about Jude Bellingham. Like, he is incredible.
What a game! Yeah, he ran the show, didn't he? And my favourite bit was the second goal. I think the first goal was excellent, but to go and just score. What was it, like a minute?
90 seconds.
90 seconds?
Yeah.
After the first one. And also, it was pretty, like, what Jude Bellingham did was kind of pretty similar movement-wise, and it just worked twice in a row. It was incredible. And then just after he scored the second, he had that goal line, or it wasn't goal line, but like the bloke was about to score, right? Yeah. The clearance from 2 yards or whatever it was. It was a pretty complete performance. And him and Kane are the two reasons I think we can be hopeful for the quarters and the semis if we get there, because in a moment they've both proven they're on it. They're in great form. They're scoring lots of goals. They can just turn a game in a second. So Yeah, that was that. Can you think of a better individual performance at a World Cup or Euros or like in a big game from an England
No
player?
way. No way. That is the best performance I've seen from a player in any international game that I can remember. It was incredible. And you're right. Tuchel made a really good point actually in one of his post-match interviews a few days afterwards, where he said, "Look, Jude Bellingham's had a difficult season. He's had a few injuries, and perhaps maybe hasn't been able to play as many games as he would want, or maybe have as much of an impact in Madrid as he would want. But that has absolutely worked in our favour because he's come back totally fit,
That is a good point.
and fully rested, and is just completely on it. He's gone to like stratospheric levels of a player. He
That's a
Kane
big
at the
word.
moment, it was, wasn't it? I actually pronounced it mostly correctly. But even Kane is our world class player. But when Bellingham finishes his career, I've got no doubt he'll be known as probably the greatest England player to have played for England if we win a trophy.
Ooh, big shout. What better than Kane? Like if we won the World Cup?
Yeah, I think over the course of his career, he would be seen as that if he carries on at this level. There's lots of ifs and buts, right? But he is.
He's got
He
a long way
is.
to go, right? He's still young.
But the amount of games he's played as well already at this young age, it's incredible. So
Yeah,
yeah,
mad.
I
Yeah.
thought he was absolutely amazing. I thought Anthony Gordon was very, very good throughout the game. Just didn't stop running as well.
We've got to give him a shout out because we said on the last one, the left wing is a problem. He came on in the last game, 2 assists, and then earned his start, rightfully so. In this one, I thought he was just. I didn't where did this performance come from? Because he's not been in great form the whole tournament. He just had a lot more. It looked like he had a lot more energy, a lot more drive. It looked like he had a point to prove. And this is the thing where you're competing against someone like if they do well, they make you better, and it's important to have a well-rounded squad and like not have no right backs, for example. But he had so much like drive. He was absolutely rapid when he won the penalty. He just put the afterburners on him. He was holding R2, let's put it that way, to get to the ball before the keeper. And the exciting thing as well is we just looked so much better across the attack when we had a threat on the left. If we don't have that threat on the left, we're kind of one-dimensional. It's get it out wide, probably on the right, and then cross and hope. Because Madueke's crossing has been inconsistent.
Yeah.
Sometimes excellent, sometimes absolutely dreadful. So having that threat on the left as well, it just gives the opposition like an extra thing to have to worry about, which creates more space for Bellingham and Kane in the middle. So I think Gordon's performance, probably not quite as good as Bellingham, because Bellingham scored twice and kind of won the match for us. But I think it's just as important what he did.
Yeah, massively. And what I will say though is not to take away his flowers from him, but in the Mexico game there was a lot more space for him to run into. Right, they didn't just sit
There
back;
was.
they came
Yeah.
at us. So yeah, way more space than you would have against Ghana, for example. So that definitely helps Gordon when he's got space to run into. Great to see Saka start
Yeah,
as
it
well,
does.
and a great cross for the first goal. Do we think we're in a position now where Saka's now ready to start from now on?
I think he'll start against Norway because he came off on, wasn't it like 55 minutes or something? He didn't do a full hour, I don't think, because obviously the red card. But I think that was the right decision because we had to hold on. We had enough threat through Kane, Bellingham and Gordon, and Saka is obviously the most in the worst condition of those 4 players. So it's the right decision to take him off. And I think I'm hoping that means he can start against Norway because I do think even like an 80% Saka is our best option on the right. He's played 180 minutes or something at this World Cup and got 3 assists because his delivery, his final ball or shot or whatever is still world class, even if he's not got that like electric sharpness because he's not fully fit. I think if he's fit enough, I would start him every game now and just play him as long as you can afford to play him. I'm just, as an Arsenal fan, I'm fucking terrified his hamstring's going to fall off or his knee is going to break or something.
God! How long did it take you
he
to
needs to
mention
start.
Arsenal into this pod? Jesus Christ!
It's been like 15 minutes, mate. Come on, that's longer than normal.
We're in the World Cup. Forget about Arsenal. No, I agree.
can't. I'm too terrified of Declan Rice and Saka.
I do think, Saka will start from now on.
Yeah.
What did you think about? This was the first time I can really remember like a middle of the night kickoff game for England. And I'd love to hear about listeners' experiences of that happening, and what was your routine? Did you go to sleep? Did you stay up? Did you go to the pub? Like, I went to sleep. I went to bed at 10, tried to get some sleep, struggled to go off, but eventually did. Woke up at 1, checked my phone and realized, oh, it's delayed. So I was like, right, I'll try and go back to sleep. Couldn't really sleep, drifting in and out. And then, yeah, got back up again to watch the game. And then it was just really weird in the middle of the night. It was such a mental game, watching it on my own while all my family slept. It was a really surreal experience. I don't know if I liked it or not. Obviously, the outcome of the game helped, but it was really odd. How did you find it?
Yeah, I kind of liked it. I find it's more like in 20 years' time, it makes it more memorable because you have to, like, you break routine so drastically. Although actually, it wasn't. Being up in the night as a parent of young children is not massively out of routine, but it adds to that kind of occasion, I think. Obviously, it's probably even better if you go down to a pub or whatever. But I was similar to you. I was very much in the camp of go to bed as early as I can. I do not have a problem getting off to sleep. I was asleep instantly. And then I woke up, got dressed, came downstairs, turned the TV on, and saw Wayne Rooney chatting about something with the little BBC note saying, kickoff postponed till 2. And I was just like instantly asleep again. I was like, I'll change the alarm for an hour, straight back into bed. And I went straight to sleep, woke back up an hour later, and I was ready for kickoff. So yeah, I quite enjoyed it as like an occasion. I am glad though that the other games, if we do get through, they all seem to be slightly more normal times, don't they? I think like 10 o'clock is the latest one.
Yeah, Norway's 10 o'clock. I do think being that middle of the night, pubs staying open until 5 a.m., like young kids getting up with their parents to watch the game and watching such an incredible game. Like, I'm almost jealous of those people who watched it with their kids or went to a pub, because that is an absolute core memory that's just been made. And this England team have just delivered to the nation. Like, it is something we're going to be talking about for World Cups to come for years and years and years. And that's what I love about these tournaments. You go, wow, that is going to stick with me and everyone in the nation for so long. It was incredible.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. The game, the type of game that it was, made it all worthwhile. I kept thinking, like, if we were at a pub waiting for kickoff, clinging on to get to 1 a.m. and then imagine if we all sat there, we've had several beers, and we're basically falling asleep, and then the little thing pops up saying kickoff's delayed by an hour. I would have cried because I'm not sure I would have made it, but I had to go to sleep beforehand. It would have been lovely. It would have been a great occasion and everything, but yeah, I'd have been like, fuck it, I'm not staying up. I do know a few people who watched the BBC did like a replay in the morning, didn't it, at 7?
Yeah,
which was like spoiler free. And I was like, as it was getting later on Sunday, I was like, I am quite tempted by because you just put your phone on airplane mode, wake up at 7. But something about live football, if you're not watching it when it's live, even if you don't know the outcome, it just doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel as sort of scary or important. So I'm glad I got up for it. I was worried it was going to be like a shit 0-0 or 1-0 or something.
Yeah. But no, you needed to get up. Just feeling part of something as a nation is massive. And Tuchel again, I think, showing how good of a manager he is. Like, to manage, I thought he managed the situation of the red card, and obviously we went up 3-1, and then defending for 20 odd minutes, and the people he brought on, obviously the players did great. But I thought again he proved himself of what a great manager he can be. Did you think you did it right? You got it right?
Yeah, spot on. We showed many faces, didn't we? What a wanky phrase that is, but I think that is true. We had like basically the first phase of the game was control. Don't do anything stupid. Don't let the crowd go get up too much, which worked perfectly. And then we started to show some threat and create a few more opportunities. Obviously, we had Pickford to thank with a couple of excellent saves. Raul Jimenez's forehead is just laser guided to the corner of the goal.
Yeah.
Like wherever he is in the box, it could be 18 yards away. Like, if the ball touches his forehead, it's just flying towards the corner of the goal in some way. He's incredible in the air. And Pickford's saves obviously kept it 0-0. I can't even remember what I was saying now. I was too busy lauding Jimenez's forehead. But we were playing different ways, weren't we?
Yeah, that's where you get in this podcast. Great insight when we forget what we're saying halfway through.
I've lost my train of thought. But yeah, we were just we had we had we had more threat at the end of the second half. We got our goals. Then it was like, okay, get to halftime, which we didn't. We got to halftime with a lead, but surviving a barrage of attacks. Then we kind of came out after halftime with a bit more threat. Obviously, the red card then massively changes the game state. But I
Lovely
liked
wanky
that we
phrase.
could do different things. Game state.
I hate game state. I hate game state. Stop talking about
Football
game state.
fashionista phrases, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, the moment the game was in, is that better?
The game was in. What are you talking about?
The moment the game was in, or like the
game
situation of the match.
The game changed.
Yes, something happened that changed how we should play.
Yeah,
there you go.
Exactly.
But yeah, Tuchel nailed it, I think.
Did you cheer the goal? Obviously, we're up late at night. Our families are asleep upstairs. Like, how much noise did you make?
So obviously, young kids upstairs, I have perfected the art of celebrating in silence. Or not silence, but like you could stand outside the room and you wouldn't hear, I don't think you'd hear me. Dev's probably upstairs thinking like, that's a fucking lie. But I was like, I'll jump up and like fist pump and everything, but and shout, but like I do it in a silent voice. I'm like,
yeah.
But there's no noise that comes out. It's just like jump it. You just if you were just listening, you just hear like a man jumping in silence.
Like a
But
child.
I've got quite good at it, I think.
Okay.
Trying not to scream out because it's 3 a.m. Do you celebrate or do you make noise?
No, I was pretty good here because it was so late at night. Usually, I'm very loud when I watch a game. I'm shouting at the telly. I'm very calm usually, but I'm quite aggressive when I watch an England game. I'm very shouty. And then when we score, usually I'm like, when Bellingham scored the overhead kick in the previous tournament, I shouted so loud, my kids came running downstairs asking if I was okay. So it's very different experience here where you score and I couldn't say anything. It was really odd. But again, a cool, different experience, I think.
Yeah.
What did you think about the ref? So I've heard contrasting things about the referee from the stuff I've watched after the game. Some people have said he got the major calls right. Some people have said he didn't manage the game well and was perhaps too aggressive in his actions, like running up to players and stuff like that, and that type of thing. Now that the game's settled after a few days, how did you think he did?
We won, so I think he was excellent.
He gave us a penalty.
It was difficult because he didn't give the red card and he didn't give their penalty and he did give our penalty. So the big decisions he gave our way, but then obviously VAR intervened. I think our penalty, the red card, their penalty, they're all relative. I think our penalty was pretty blatant because Gordon just gets there first. The red card was it was a good tackle by Kwanzaa until he followed through. The follow through was what got him sent off. I think Kwanzaa is unlucky because he rolls over the top of the ball and that carries him like a ball width off the ground. Like the ball's not there. If the ball kicks away, it's a lucky deflection. His foot stays along the ground, but because he rolls over the top of it, his studs go into the bloke's shin, and it probably is a red card. But the ref didn't give that one, right? It was VAR, and I felt like the crowd were incredible, but I did feel like they were more prone to look at stuff because the crowd are basically kicking off about it, which is probably the same at any home ground. But the atmosphere in that stadium, I mean, fair play, it must be pretty hard to make decisions against Mexico when you've got like 70,000 people screaming at you. I think he was all right. I just think he was a bit influenced. I don't like it when referees are like charging up to players and stuff. I think that kind of creates needless hostility. Is that the right word? I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But yeah, I think the ref was okay. I've got no major complaints. My biggest, well, not big issue, but I think their penalty, I still think that's soft. I don't think that should be a penalty. There's no he's not trying to gain an advantage, but he's not trying to kick the bloke. The guy just gets his leg there first and then he kicks him, which I just don't think. I know that is the rule. It should be a penalty. I think the rule's wrong. I think that's soft. You see him give him in the Premier League as well. Like if you just happen to get your toe in front of somebody else's foot and they're watching the ball, like as long as they got their eyes on the ball the whole way and they're not looking at the bloke ready to boot him, I think it's a harsh penalty. But did you think the ref was good?
I was really annoyingly. I think you're right. I think you got the major calls probably right, but there was just lots of like niggly things throughout the game, which I thought sometimes he wouldn't. Yeah, he wouldn't get it right, and there's just little things like throw-ins or a little foul here or there, or not giving players yellow cards. Like giving Rice a yellow card a minute into the game is absolutely insane.
That was harsh. That was
Absolutely
harsh.
insane. And then there was lots of times where Mexico players should have got a yellow based on what he did with Declan Rice. So I thought that was difficult. I didn't like his persona again being really aggressive on the pitch. It added to the atmosphere and riled everyone up. Obviously, Mexico are going to claim for everything and would be the exact same if we had that stadium, it being our home stadium. So I don't think it was great.
Yeah.
Tuchel obviously was not happy. Tuchel made a point about the VAR team. So it was all South Americans, I think, in the VAR room.
Was it?
So he was saying, how is that allowed in the game where you've got South American team versus European team? And I think you're right. The penalty given against us was slightly soft, and VAR. It's weird. In the World Cup, they sort of changed how they've been using VAR. Initially, it was let the referees manage the game, and VAR getting involved only when it's very clear and obvious. In the last few games, that's totally changed. Not just in our games, but in other games as well. But they're getting involved a lot more.
A lot more.
Which
Did you see the Egypt one?
Yes, yeah, I did. We'll get on to Egypt, I think, in a bit.
I don't know. Yeah, if that's on our list of things to talk about, that was ridiculous. But VAR should be like the big stuff, clear and obvious, red cards, penalties, that sort of thing. Offside, obviously, it's semi-automated or automated. Other than that, just like let the ref do it.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, I wasn't totally pleased, but hey, we're through, and it was great.
Yeah.
So Norway next, which I think at the start of the tournament we would have gone, yeah, that sounds good. But Haaland just looks on a fucking different planet, the alien that he is. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah. I think I'd rather, before the tournament, if you'd have said Brazil or Norway in the quarters, I'd have said Norway, thank you very much. But Brazil actually didn't play that well across the whole tournament, and Norway have been playing very well. I think they look like a very solid team, and they've got that star quality, obviously, Haaland and Ødegaard. But I don't know, I fancy our chances. I think I think that our defenders, although I know they're not probably like the weaker area of our team, they know Haaland from the Premier League. He obviously is in the same team as him, so I'm hoping that will help them manage him a bit better. This is going to look stupid when he scores a hat-trick, but I hope that we're used to the big physical nature of teams. I'm hoping that means we can control Haaland a bit better than maybe some of the other South American teams or European teams or whatever. I'm hoping we can deal with him a bit better. Ødegaard is technically excellent, but we can run through their midfield, I think, with Rice and Anderson and kind of dominate that physically. And then any back four in the world against Kane, Bellingham, Saka, and Gordon, if he plays like he did in the last game, we can cause some problems as well. So I am cautiously optimistic, but I'm also aware you could clip this up in a week's time and I'll sound very stupid. I just think it's like you said, it's a very good shot at getting to a semi-final. Feels a bit to me like Croatia semi-final though, was it 2018? Where it's like, oh my God, Croatia in the semi-finals get to a World Cup final. I'll take that. And then we lost. So yeah, I'm hurt by past scars maybe, but I reckon we could do it.
Yeah, I'm on a similar vein. I'm really inside. I'm like, oh, this is really exciting because I think we've got a really good chance of beating them. If they didn't have Haaland, we'd be beating the problem. What gives me a little bit of, it makes me feel a bit better, is against Brazil, Haaland was quiet for probably 60 minutes and obviously burst into life and missed 2 goals, which is sort of what he does. But I think if we can nullify him or Ødegaard and stop the service into him, we should win this one. And it won't be comfortable because it won't be the stage, but we should win it. I don't know how they're going to play Norway because to make the best use of Haaland, they've got to come out a bit and, not just sit back, which if they do that, I think it gives us a better chance. If they sit back and just play defensive, try and frustrate us and get Haaland on the counter.
If they sit deep and if they sit deep and try and release Haaland, I don't want to see Ezri Konsa and Mark Gahey running back towards our goal against Erling Haaland, because he will score 9 times out of 10 probably.
100%. Yeah.
We've got if they do sit deep, we can't let Haaland have that space, and we can't let them have time on the ball to pick a pass, because Erdegaard will hit that pass and Haaland will score. So that's the big worry. I would much rather they come at us, and that's the same for, I think, probably every game, because we're better. If we've got space to run into. Looking beyond, it's stupid, I shouldn't do it, I'm tempting fate. But if you look beyond the quarterfinals, if we get there and it's maybe like Argentina and France, I don't think they're going to sit in and defend against us. So that, again, that's exciting. But I think Norway might. So that's a concern. But it's a quarterfinal for World Cup. We're going to be playing a good team.
Yeah, exactly. And I think if we played how we played at the start against Mexico, we were really good at drawing them out. So the whole idea was play the ball around the back,
be calm on the ball,
and then pass through. So hopefully we can do something similar again. Fingers crossed. I do want to mention the yellow card situation that we have, which I think is very worrying for, again, looking
I
ahead.
haven't kept track of this. Who's on a yellow?
So we've got Bellingham, Rice, Kane, and O'Reilly all on yellow cards.
Oh,
so just
arguably our 4 best players. Okay, cool. That's really, like, if you, I didn't know that, but if you'd have said name 4 players you don't want to be on a yellow card, I probably would have said those 4.
Yeah, it's not good at all.
That is a worry.
So one of them gets, just to be clear for the listener, if one of them gets a yellow card against Norway, they will be suspended for the semi-final game if we make it through. Which, I think Bellingham and Rice especially, like, oh God. Now, if we make it through to the semi-final,
Kane,
do you reckon? In Kane?
Yeah. Well, who would replace his goal-scoring threat? We've got Watkins or Tony. They're both good players. They're not the same level as Kane. Like, Rodgers, for me, could do a very good job. Anderson instead of Rice. Although that might necessitate playing slightly differently. But if we were to lose Kane for a semi-final against Argentina, captain and all-time leading goal scorer, and in the race for the Golden Boot at this World Cup, that would hurt. I can't believe I'm sticking up for Harry Kane.
I think we can't lose Bellingham. I think if we lose Bellingham for the semi-final, we're in deep shit.
I would rather lose Bellingham than Kane.
Really? I think obviously any of them is awful.
Yeah.
It's an awful situation.
Oh, yeah, I'd rather not lose any.
Yeah. You just think that probably one of them might get it. It's so harsh, isn't it? 2 yellow cards and then you're suspended for one of the biggest games.
But it gets wiped after this, right?
It does, yeah. So after this quarterfinal stage, it all goes back to 0.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's something to worry about.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's have a look at the rest of the World Cup and what's been happening. Let's focus on the football first before we get to the controversy. So the latest one was last night, as we're recording this on a Wednesday morning, was Argentina versus Egypt. So Egypt go 2-0 up. Actually, they went 2-0 up earlier on in the game and their second goal got ruled out, but they do eventually go 2-0 up. So within 10 minutes left of the game, Argentina then come back and win 3-2. Have you seen any of it? Obviously, there's been some big controversy where the manager of Egypt's come out and said it's absolutely fixed and it's just a conspiracy to get Messi through to the next round.
Yeah. So, like, before I've watched the highlights only. Before I'd seen the highlights, I'm thinking these guys are very, very salty. They're very bitter. They've kind of fucked up. If you're 2-0 up in a knockout round with 10 minutes to go against anyone, really, like Egypt are a good side. They're not a joke team. They're very good. You should see that out. And I'm thinking they're just obviously very hurt, emotional comments after the game. It is a little bit dodgy what happened. That disallowed goal, that's an absolute nonsense. If we're disallowing goals for that, A, it's not really a foul at all, and B, isn't it just off the goal line, like Egypt's goal line when the foul happens, and then they run the entire length of the pitch and score a goal after that, 30 seconds later? You cannot use VAR like that. And like you say, it's not been used like that up till now. Why suddenly use it that way? It's not a foul, and it's so far before the goal goes in. I understand why Egypt are pissed off. And like, if I was in the same position, I'd probably be accusing them of bias and stuff. I do think it is a bit, what's the word when you've got like tin hat? conspiracy theorist of the Egypt manager to say they just want Messi to go through because I think there's probably bigger stars. Well, that's probably is that controversial?
That is controversial.
But there's other big stars at the World Cup. Just Messi's aging, isn't he?
Yeah,
but maybe that's why they want him to do well.
I guess the reason why he's saying that is, one, it's Lionel Messi, but two, obviously Messi plays in America, so
yeah, true. It just keeps home interest in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it was. I agree with you. I think there was probably someone there that probably right to be aggrieved. Yeah, I would have been really pissed off if that was me.
Yeah, I totally agree with them with the whole controversy thing. That was completely wrong, and they have been fucking robbed. The one thing I would say is, if you defend like they defended in the last fight in stoppage time, you're going to lose. Like 95 minutes, and one long ball from Argentina's, was it the centre back? I can't remember who it was. One long ball, and suddenly you've got like two defenders at the back left, no one else anywhere near, and it was a 2-on-2, and they score. What are you expecting? But I think at that point they'd gone gung-ho and committed forwards. And the momentum at that point is all with Argentina because they've just got back level. Don't give them that space and that time to counter-attack on you. Take it to extra time and dig in or whatever and hope you sort of wrestle some momentum back. Their defending was naive. So that's kind of, that is on them. The VAR thing is a different issue.
That's for sure. Okay. And I look at Argentina's run-in this World Cup. Got to be the easiest run-in anyone's ever had. It's insane.
It's mad.
So if we go through it, so group stage,
that draw,
Austria, Algeria, Jordan. What is that? So
that is mad. That is a great group. Yeah.
Last 32, Cape Verde. Now we know Cape Verde did well, but it's Cape Verde.
They're a tiny nation, small team.
Last 16, Egypt, and then quarters, Switzerland.
Yeah. So they'll get a rude awakening when they play England in the semi-final, and we fucking stuff them.
Oh, that would feel so.
As good. Harry Kane screams, "Revenge!" and Lionel Messi goes home crying.
Yeah, suck it, Gil. Okay.
But yeah, that is a crazy draw.
Crazy draw. And Portugal out. Ronaldo's obviously a lot of talk about him holding the team back. Martinez obviously kept him on the pitch for the whole 90 minutes against Spain.
Yeah.
That's what you think, but I know what you think. What do you think about that, mate?
Roberto Martinez is a lovely bloke, but he's not got a backbone, has he? Cristiano Ronaldo's manager of Portugal. And he will be the manager of Portugal at the next World Cup. I'm just putting that out there. And he might be the player manager of Portugal at the next World Cup because they host, don't they? They host the next one.
Oh, do they
with
really?
Spain and Morocco. Yep. He will be 45, and I reckon he'll be player manager at that World Cup, and it will be the Ronaldo show. How any football manager cannot see that he is prohibiting that team and not letting them play very good or not contributing to the way they play football is beyond me. And leaving him on like for the whole game as well when he's 41 and he can't move. It's just feeding the fucking ego, isn't it? I am biased. I strongly dislike Ronaldo. I think he's scum. But I would love to know what like fans of Portugal think because they idolise this guy, but clearly he is not contributing to your team. I'd love to know what they think. So if we've got any Portuguese listeners, please feel free to tell me to shove it up my arse and tell us what you really think. Yeah. I just think he shouldn't have been starting in that. Like, if you want him in the squad to have him around, whether he's a positive influence or not, I don't think he is. I think it's just about Ronaldo, isn't it? Did you hear his interview, by the way? Did you see his interview
about clear conscience and stuff?
Yeah, and he said I've won Portugal three trophies. I've won them these trophies. It's like Jesus, the ego on that man. It's just like a child. I think they'd be better off without.
Yeah,
what a prick.
There comes a point, no matter how much of a legend you are, you outstay your welcome, and it's been and gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it Carragher said about Casemiro? Like the football's left you.
Leave the football before the football leaves you.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what he said.
And it's even more noticeable when you've got 39-year-old Lionel Messi doing what he's doing, and you've got 41-year-old Ronaldo like trying to cling on and compete. It gets a bit embarrassing. Take the hint, mate.
Yeah. And I think talking around the World Cup as a whole, like at the beginning of this, I've had a few rants and moans about this World Cup and everything surrounding it. And there's a lot to hate still, but the football and the games and the knockout stage in particular, on the whole, have been incredible games.
Yeah, lots of good games, which has been good. I think it's good that the football has been so good because there's lots to, like you say, there is lots to dislike. So it's nice that most of the stuff we can talk about is football related.
Yeah.
But there's still so much shit. And it basically all comes down to like Infantino and FIFA, and a big orange child clown as well. But I do think some of the games have been great. Like, it's great to have seen some of the smaller nations really going for it and like getting out of the groups and going deeper in the tournament. And some of the best games have involved the small teams, right? Like Argentina, Cape Verde was one of the games of the tournament. Lots of goals. I think it's good that the big stars have kind of turned up and done well, scoring lots of goals. It's been what I've seen of it anyway, because I haven't seen all the like 2 a.m. games, but what I've seen of it has been very good fun.
Yeah, it's been really good, and the fans in particular have been excellent as well. The atmospheres in the stadium has been really good. I mean, people were saying no Scotland, no party, but I've forgotten they were even in this tournament, if I'm honest.
Were they there? Shall we have a word on Scotland?
Go on,
I wasn't
then.
sure. Is it too late to kind of?
Honestly, I've moved on.
Well, I just
forgotten.
Have you? Yeah, I just think that it was built up. It was so great that they got there, and also part of this comes from the fact that they hate England, right? But I want them to do well. I just think they keep disappointing. They've got like underdog mentality, even though they've got a good team. And you've seen with like teams like Cape Verde, you can compete. And Scotland were definitely good enough to get out of that group. And did they score a goal?
They scored, yeah.
They beat Haiti, didn't they? 1-0.
Yeah.
And they only just beat Haiti. Like Haiti out XG'd them. They created more chances than Scotland. I know you love the stats. And then to kind of all you need is a point against Morocco or Brazil. Two good teams, granted, but they just never look like doing anything against either of those teams. And against Brazil, they kicked 3 goals in their own net in the first half, didn't they? And one of them got disallowed, I think. It wasn't very good, Scotland, which is hilarious because you hate us. So fuck you.
Yeah, embarrassingly bad. Try better next time.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair play to the fans, like spending all that money going over there to watch a great big pile of shit and to still be very supportive. Fair play.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's move on to the big controversy. You've already mentioned it a couple of times. So
can't not mention it.
This is insane that this is even happening. So I'm sure everyone listening is across it, but essentially Balogun got sent off for America in the previous game, which was a soft red card, and we could debate whether it was a red card or not. And then all of a sudden, that red card is suspended for a year after we thought maybe Donald Trump had spoken to FIFA and got it changed. Since Donald Trump has come out and done an interview or spoken to the press and confirmed it, not denied it at all, and said, yes, I spoke to FIFA. It should be, they've done the right thing. Congratulations, FIFA, on doing that. How is the president of the United States changing the rules of the game mid-World Cup?
Can I start by asking you a question about it, Farrell?
Okay, go for it.
Are you even a little bit surprised that something like this has happened?
Do you know what? I am. I don't think I've seen anything like this mid-World Cup. Like, to get involved in something that is actually happening right now, I think it's insane. And I absolutely loved that America then got stuffed 4-1 by Belgium, and then put out on social media. What did they put out? What was the
disallow that or something, or
rescind
that or something, wasn't it? Or like,
that felt so fucking good.
Fuck you.
Yeah, so fucking good.
Yeah, Belgium became instantly. Yeah, they instantly became everyone's second favorite team.
Yeah.
And you could tell as well. Again, I didn't see the whole game. I only saw the highlights, the extended highlight thing. They were bang up for that. Straight from kickoff, they were like, "We're gonna fucking dick on these guys," because of just the open. It's not like the Egypt one. You can say yes, that's a terrible decision and everything, but also they've messed up. They haven't defended very well, and they've kind of thrown the game away. This is just open. Like, yeah. I rang him. We agreed to cheat. I'm telling everyone about it. We all know we've done it. Like, it's just open.
I'm telling everyone about it.
And the fact that it felt really good that Belgium absolutely stuffed them. And also, like, I thought Belgium would beat them because what fantastic motivation. It's like playing against world-class players. And in my description, that definition of world-class is anyone playing at this World Cup is incredibly good at football, just in general. Like, you're playing against a team of international footballers. They don't need any extra motivation to go and play really, really well because it's a World Cup. But you've just given them, like, one of the biggest kind of injustices in football history to go and fight. That's what you get for being a big, stinking, dirty, cowardly, scumbag cheat. And good riddance to. I feel bad for, like, Balogun because it's not his fault that, like, it's not the players, it's not the USA players who have made that decision. Well, Pochettino, I don't give a shit about because he said, like, he applauded FIFA and said, "Well done, FIFA. Yeah, we back that decision. That's really good." Like, fuck you, Pochettino.
Did he say that?
When did he say and he's got. I actually, yeah. He was interviewed and said, like, we applaud this decision or something. Which maybe he feels pressurized as manager of the USA to say that, but I don't give a shit. Like, you're throwing in your lot with open, blatant corruption. You can go down with the ship as well, dickhead. He and Donald Trump and Infantino, they've got what they deserve. Good riddance to them. I feel bad for Balogun and the USA players, but they were kind of like set. Like, the cheating obviously favors them, but in doing that, you've just created this massive non-football thing, like political thing that everyone is so up in arms about. You've created, like, your own. You've made yourselves the villain when actually the USA were having a good tournament, and people were enjoying seeing those players do well. They've turned, like, Trump has turned his own team into, like, villains that everyone wants to lose, and they got what they deserved. It sucks for the players, but and for the fans. I'd love to know what, like, USA fans think about it.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think, like, how would you feel if Harry Kane had a red card rescinded by Keir Starmer ringing Infantino and saying, "Please, could you get rid of this red card, please?"
Well, there were reports after our game that we were going to ask the question about Kwanzaa's red card. There are discussions.
Good. Why not? Because there's no rules. So why not ask?
It's fucking insane. Do you think having that happen to the American team and they go and play Belgium, do you think there's a part of the USA players going, fucking hell, I'm not sure if we even want to win this. Like, if we get through to the next round, like, the uproar's going to be crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what in that dressing room, what you think. Obviously, you try and just stay completely focused on the football, but you've got to be aware of the bigger picture.
I think
what's going on.
And it gets rid of that edge. So, like, this top level sport is all about those 1%. And going into this game, they were going to have to be aggressive. And I reckon it just removes that by a couple of percent going, fucking hell, this is a bit much.
Yeah. You almost feel a bit sheepish because it's like we've been favoured here. We haven't asked for it, but we've been given this, like, this free hit kind of thing through the means with which we've been given this advantage are openly, completely unfair. You must, I don't know, you must feel weird. I was interested to think, like, what does Balogun think about it? Would he, and it shouldn't be on him to do this, it should be the manager. Would he have come out and been like, I'm not going to play? Like, yes, I think it was a soft red card, but a red card is a red card. And if that's the decision, you can't just make an exception for me. I think Pochettino, I don't think Balogun should be having to say that. I think Pochettino should be like, no, I'm not playing him because as much as it doesn't favour us, like, we're going to play the players that we legitimately have available.
I think you would have got a lot of respect for that, but it also takes a very brave man to say that against the most powerful man in the world, in Donald Trump.
But that's what you need, right? That's what you need. You need somebody to stand up to.
And many people have.
No, I know, but that's what should be happening. And what I want to see happen is, like, international teams boycott FIFA because nothing is going to change until why is Infantino the only, like, face of FIFA? There's lots. FIFA is a massive worldwide organization in the biggest sport in the world, and it's literally just like Infantino just does his own thing. He's just making his own decisions, and, like, are there not other people there? Like, why is no one else speaking out? And you're not going to believe this. Arsene Wenger works for FIFA, and he is a massively respected voice of football. Why is he not saying something? It breaks my heart that A, he works there, and B, he's not saying anything against Infantino because he was very, very much like, do the right thing. He would, like, honor and respect, and he would stick to his contracts and everything because he's a man of principle. And this is so clearly against all principles of good and right and just. Like, why has he not spoken out and said something? When you see pundits like Wayne Rooney was saying it's a disgrace, and like, that's right, more people need to do that. Why is no one at FIFA saying, like, I work for this organization, but I disagree, this is wrong, we should not do this? Because then something might actually happen.
Yeah, I agree. But FIFA have
like,
got the teams and the fans by the balls, mate, because they're not going to boycott the World Cup. So they've got them by the balls, and they absolutely know it. I found it really funny. Jamie Carragher commented on one of Sepp Blatter's posts and said, "Sepp, we need you to come back and clean up FIFA."
That's a start. Like, that's the stark realization of how bad Infantino is. Just when you don't think it could get any worse, it's just like way worse.
Way worse.
Yeah, I want to see England, or like, all the countries boycott FIFA. If that means England aren't in the next World Cup because we've chosen to not play, good. Because I won't watch it, because like, I watch it because of England. That's the only reason I watch it. If all the countries, or the biggest countries, say no, we're not going to compete, they're going to lose viewership and money, and then maybe some change will happen. But like you say, they've got you by the balls because your favourite players, your country, are competing on a world stage. You have to watch. You want to watch it. Why should you miss out watching it when it's just because of some corrupt twat at the head of the organisation? That's not fair on fans. The teams need to not play, and then we won't watch, and then FIFA are fucked, and the whole organisation should just be burnt to the ground.
That's an FA decision, I think, not the players' decision. It's
this is the problem. The the individual organisations representing the countries, like, they get paid by FIFA, so they're not gonna protest against them, are they? Like, the whole pyramid, the whole system is just fucked. Yeah. So
very corrupt.
Yay!
Let's focus on the rest of this lovely World Cup, shall we? And
anyway,
the Jeremy Clarkson. Anyway, yeah, love it. Let's have a look and see who we think is going to go through to the semi. So, some predictions, please. So the next,
we are very good at predictions. Yeah,
me in particular. Excellent. The next games for the quarterfinals is tomorrow, so Thursday, France versus Morocco. What do you reckon? Give me a score.
Are you asking score prediction, or just?
I want to give me a score, and well, yeah, if you give me a score, I'll probably get who's going through as well. But
you should get it from that, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. I got a sneaky feeling it'll be closer than we think. I'll go 3-2 France after extra time.
Oh, okay, that's amazing. Okay, it's going to get to extra time. Okay. I'm going to go for a 2-1 France in normal time.
Okay.
I think France is just very, very good. But their last game was closer than we thought. Spain versus Belgium. It's a tough one to call that.
That is tough. I'll go for... I think there's going to be an upset somewhere. And maybe...
And it'll be us.
It may be in this game. So... Well, yeah, let's not. It's going to be us, isn't it? I'll go 1-0 Belgium. Belgium are going to knock Spain out.
Belgium, okay. That's a good one.
I think they're on a high. They're getting better. Yeah. Spain have been solid, but I don't think offensively that threatening. Belgium will nick it.
Yeah. I'm going to go for 1-1, and it goes to penalties with Spain winning on penalties.
Yeah. At least one of these ties is going to penalties, right?
100%. The big one. Yeah. Norway versus England. What are you going for?
8-0 England. Move on.
Thanks.
Job done. No, don't put that. I'm going to go 2-1 England in normal time.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. Let's shut these in twats up. Stop with that fucking rowing and drawing.
You can shove your rowing boats up your ass.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what? I think we're going to win 2-0.
Mr. Optimistic.
Feeling good. Feeling good.
Yeah.
And finally, Argentina, Switzerland.
This is an interesting one because, like, Switzerland have always been a very solid team, if unspectacular. No offense to our Switzerland.
Furthest they've ever gone in the World Cup, though. Never made it to the quarters before.
Yeah, but Argentina haven't really played like a really good team. I mean, Egypt are pretty good, aren't they? Yeah. But Argentina have Messi. I'll go with 2-1 Argentina. They'll probably just nick it.
Yeah, especially if they cheat again.
Yeah. Potentially they pay VAR off.
I'll go for. Yeah, I can let you see Argentina win. I'm going to go 3-1 Argentina.
Comfortable Argentina win.
Okay.
So we're saying it's going to be. Well, you're saying it's going to be France, Spain, and I'm saying it's going to be France, Belgium in the semis, and we're both going England, Argentina, and that is a tasty World Cup semi-final, isn't it?
Do you know what? I'd be so once it gets to the semi-finals, even just to experience that semi-final is just spine tingling.
It's good.
Quarters is good, but I'm so done with England going out in quarters, and Southgate changed that. When you get to the semis, it's fucking real. It's so on.
I'm terrified of not terrified. No, I am. I'm terrified of getting to the final and playing France and just getting beat like 3-0 or something. Because so many times I've watched a final in this house, be it England or Arsenal. We've won some, not England. Arsenal have won some, but we get to like the semi-final, the final, and we just fall at the last hurdle. And I'm fed up of that happening. And I feel like if we do get to the final, it's inevitable it's going to be against France. And I just feel there's this impending sense of doom in the shape of Kylian Mbappe and Desiree Doué and Ousmane Dembele. And I've like, there are 45 attackers or something on the bench who are all Elise, Barcola. Fuck you, France. You've got too many good players. They shouldn't be allowed. They should only be allowed like 3 of them. So I'm worried about that happening.
Way too many good players. Yeah. But it's exciting, mate. The World Cup's still on. We're still in it. It's cracking on. Yeah. Thank you for listening to.
I'm on holiday next week as well. I'm away, so like all of these games, I can just sit with a beer and watch. And
what?
It's glorious.
Let's discuss it because the fans really like us talking about next week's pod. What are we going to do about podding?
Fuck yeah, that's a good point. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be here.
We don't
might have to take this show on the road down to Bognor Regis.
Nice. Okay.
That's a good point.
We'll figure it out.
We'll work something out, won't we?
We'll figure it out.
Off air, because we'll do it off air because we don't do it on the podcast. We're professionals.
Yeah, absolute professionals. But look, please do share your World Cup stories. Tell us how you felt about the England game, any of the controversy that's gone on. I'm sure loads of you will give us abuse on social media. We love it. Keep it coming.
We love it.
Please
so
like,
much.
subscribe.
So delicious.
We're on the cusp of a massive achievement here at the Fact 50 Football Podcast. We're nearly at 30 subscribers for YouTube. We're on 20 subscribers. Woo. So, if one of you
also, talking about milestones, we've hit 100. We've smashed through the 100 barrier on what's the Instagram. Sorry.
That's our social media example with Instagram. Doesn't even know what Instagram's called.
I forgot the name. We smashed through the 100 barrier, the 100 follower barrier on Instagram, and I think we're like 1 away or 2 away on TikTok. So you could be our 100th follower on TikTok,
and you could win absolutely nothing.
So yeah, the following is growing. Yeah, join the cause.
Yeah, absolutely. Come on, England. We'll be back next week, hopefully, if Mike's not on holiday and can find time for us.
Bye-bye.